Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, I just wanted to give you a few tips on using these awesome plaid builder dies that are in the annual catalog, and they're part of the Best Year bundle with this great sentiment stamp set. And look, the combinations are endless when making plaid, but I want to show you one that I used on a recent birthday card, and just some tips in cutting and measuring and getting it to fit the front of your card. So these are the two dies, and to cut, I want this to cover the whole area of the cardstock. So I cut my cardstock for the dies at 4 1/2 by 6. Now, the background, which is what these two are going to adhere to, is 4 1/4 by 5 7/8. Now again, this is what's worked for me well, so I wanted to share it with you. So I've already pre-cut these dies. This one, I started with a 4 1/2 by 6 piece of Cajun Craze, and I die cut this particular checkerboard plaid out. Then from the brushed metallic cardstock in the mini catalog, this is the copper, I die cut this piece. This again was 4 1/2 by 6, just like the Cajun Craze. But before I cut it, I used our adhesive sheets on the back, and that's on our adhesive page in the annual catalog right up here. They're 6 by 12, and you can just cut it for what you need, and the adhesive is there after you die cut. It's awesome. Okay, so I've already got this ready to go, and I'm going to move the two dies out of the way. Here's my background, again at 4 1/4 by 5 7/8. For this one, I didn't use the adhesive sheets because I have these solid areas here, the squares, that I am using some Stampin' Seal adhesive, and I'm just putting a little dab around the edges. And I need to get that off of that cardstock so I don't mess it up. So this one is going to layer over top. Now, granted, it's still going to be a little big for my card front, so we'll have to do some trimming, which is really easy to do, and it's much better to trim after you get this all together than trying to do it separately. So let me just adhere that to the top. Okay, good fall themed colors. And here I've got the adhesive sheet backing that I'm going to just pull off, and that is sticky and going to lay right over top. So I'm going to go through here like this, center those in those squares, and press it down. Okay, so my card base is this, okay, too big. I want to do a 4 by 5 1/4 piece to layer over top. So I need to get my trimmer so I can come down with it. So it's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Now I found that it's easier to cut a little bit off of each side than to try to just whack off a piece down so that it would be more symmetrical on both sides. Does that make sense? Okay, so here we see this is 4 1/4, right? Okay, so I'm going to come down to 4 1/8. Okay, so there's 4 1/8, and I want it at 4, but I want to just cut off 1/4 inch off of this side. So, all right, so I've got that piece done. So let's turn it around, and let's go to 4 here, and now it's going to be the right width. And the two sides are pretty even here. Oh, let me put that through again. I'm going through some of that adhesive. Oop. Okay, there we go. So now we need this to be about, not about, but 5 1/4, right? So this is 6, so we have quite a bit to cut off. So I'm going to go down to 6 3/4 here. Let's see, I wonder if I do 6 1/2. 6 3/4. It's better. Sometimes I get cut happy and it's like, oh, I've cut too much off, and I don't want to do that. So that was, now I'm going to do 5 1/2. Okay. All right. Now I still want it down to 5 1/4. So now I'm going to go to 5 3/8. And then finally at 5 1/4. Okay, so now you can see what I mean, how it's like I've got pretty much the same look, top and bottom and side to side, okay? So it takes a little bit of cutting, but it's so worth it to do that. Here's the finished card, okay? So you can see what a pretty background it makes. Simple, but just the dies are awesome. I've used some of the leftovers from my die cut here to punch some of the autumn punch pack shapes. These are from the mini catalog on page 46. And then here's the inside of the card. Okay, all right, I hope you will try that with this Best Plaid Builder Punch. It's not punch, dies. It's just beautiful. Comes with the Best Years bundle in the annual catalog. If I can help you with anything, let me know. Visit my website at inkandinspirations.com, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.